Hi, Saomi. So today we're talking about the Boogeyman, and tomorrow I will upload my video about the Kardashians. Haven't watched the newest episode yet because I went and saw the Boogeyman. So enjoy this video about the Boogeyman, and I'll see you tomorrow to hear about the Kardashians. Hi, you guys. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new. I already forgot what I say. Tonight, actually, we are reviewing The Boogeyman. Came out tonight, watched it tonight. Spoilers ahead. First, I'd like to say this is a PG-13 movie. It's not a rated R movie. So, I was expecting less scary, to be perfectly honest. I didn't know what it was rated when, I selected the movie. I like watching scary movies. And afterwards I was like, dang, that's a really scary movie. And then I saw on the poster said PG-13. I was like, PG-13? 13-year-olds are allowed to watch this? No. So, I've talked about different scary movies on this channel. I've talked about the Haunting House. I don't remember what it was called. I don't remember if I talked about Smile or not. I really liked that movie. That was scary. The House Across the Lake or something. I reviewed that movie. That was also scary. Both of those movies were very stories that had metaphors of grief and depression strung throughout them. A lot of symbolism in those movies. This movie is supposed to be similar. The Boogeyman's supposed to be similar. But to be totally frank, they did not do as good of a job. I would say this movie was... If you want constant and frequent jump scares, this movie is for you. If you want a scary movie that will make you think and kind of haunt your thoughts, that's not it. This is not one of those. Not gonna haunt your thoughts. They really tried with these metaphors, and it just did not hit. Okay, so now into the spoiler section of the movie. Okay, so spoilers. What happened? This movie instantly didn't like it because the opening scene is a baby getting... I probably have to bleep that. A baby getting deleted. Okay, just gone. Not a fan of that. I watch a good amount of scary movies, and I feel like that's not something that you usually see, and that's not something that you kind of come out of the gate with. I feel like this movie tried to like up the ante, be taken seriously, and be like extra scary because it's going off of like a childhood scary thing, so it's trying to be extra scary, so they threw that in there. Honestly, not needed. Because that was... I mean, it was needed. This is what I mean by not needed. It was needed so you knew about the other family that was also being haunted by the Boogeyman, right? Because the father of the child that died goes to the main family's dad because he is a therapist, and he needs help because all his kids are dead. I'm going to have to bleep that out. All his children are gone. And he said that his first kid was gone from SIDS, which is a natural thing. Tragic, but a natural cause. They said it was their baby. The first thing we saw was a baby being attacked by the boogeyman. So then you think, oh, the child didn't actually the child didn't actually leave because of SIDS. Um, but then you figure out that the boogeyman was following the old family, the dad, and then it leeches on to this new family because because the mom of the main family was gone because of a car accident. And oh, your family has to be experiencing grief in order for the boogeyman to come after your family, which is like, oh, I'm confused because I thought that baby that went away because of SIDS was actually attacked by the boogeyman. So now I'm confused. But they, I think, two young children. It was confusing. So that I think their metaphor did not hit as well because of that. Um, how did the mom get in a car accident? We never really learned that. Um, the dad, also a crappy dad. He's a therapist, but terrible dad, I gotta say. Because I think in grief, people can be really bad at communicating. But several times, the older daughter explicitly said, but I'm trying to talk to you. Because she would start expressing her emotions. And the dad would say, well, you need to say this for your therapist. And she would say, I'm trying to express myself to you. And then he would go, yeah, and then leave. I would expect that from any father that never expresses emotion in general, to possibly react that way. Um, I mean, even my dad's not great at expressing emotions, like emotional stuff, but like if you're visibly upset and you're at the point of saying, Dad, I just need to talk to you, he may not he may not know what to say, but boy, he will sit there and listen and then give you some advice. He will just go, yeah, and then leave. And the dad in this movie is a therapist. What? Especially, so this, you'll be thinking, oh, he should be talking to his kids. Why is he not talking to his kids? Because he's upset about his wife's dad gone, his wife being gone. So I'm trying to not like get in trouble with YouTube. Um, and the dad of the old family that was around. After he came for his therapy session, he went and in a closet, I guess, was attacked by the boogeyman and is gone in their house. Just no more in their house. And the daughter found it, and that was traumatizing. Instead of talking to his kid about it, he's just blaming himself. That's another thing, he's blaming himself for this. But also, we don't really see him experiencing grief, so it doesn't really hit home that the movie is about grief. I didn't like it, actually. I came home and my husband asked me, because I just got home from watching it, so I don't forget anything. My husband asked me, he was like, did you like it? And I was like, I don't know. I'm very big on movies. Like, I don't go to watch a scary movie just to get scared or experience jump scares. I go for the symbolism, the metaphors, trying to understand the underlying story. What is the purpose of what they wrote? And like, the pieces are all there. They're just not well put together. Like the houses that the boogeyman's been to, he has dark root looking things coming from the ceiling. Like at first I thought it was mold, but then it has like a 3D structure, so it's like roots. So the grief has taken root in your family, which okay. And when the boogeyman was finally like gonna eat the older daughter, which by the way, none of them actually, none of the main family goes away, which is good, which is very good, because I think too many kiddos going away in this movie already from the beginning. Um, but the older daughter, she's pinned down. Boogeyman has hands coming out of his mouth, of his face, and then an interior face inside his mouth that looks the same as his outside face, which is like, why? And the boogeyman can pretend to have different voices, and it's singing like the main family's daughter's mom, to like, I guess, make her calm, and he's like sucking the soul out of her face. You see little strings coming out, and it's like, okay. I feel like they took things that were really good in other movies and threw them in there and thought they would also be really good, but they weren't. You know? Um, some things that were good in this movie. I'm going to give it a couple things that were good. The design of the monster, except for the face inside of the face. What? What? Don't understand that. When the lights were out, it doesn't like being in the light, which I think that was the other thing where I'm like, this movie just wasn't that good. It reminds me so much of Lights Out, and I love that movie, that I'm like, you're just taking elements of other scary movies and throwing them together. Feels like a cheap knockoff. Because the boogeyman also does not like being in the light. And they set him on fire. You think the movie's over, but no, he's back. And it's like, they went to therapy, they all opened up, but that was about grief, moving on. But he's still here? They're still being attacked? I don't understand. I don't get it. But anyways, the things that I liked, that's important. The things that I liked. When it was dark, out of the corner of your eye, you would see like what looked like slightly eyeballs, but they weren't really eyeballs. It was just like glass-looking reflections, which is such a generic thing. I feel like everyone as a kid saw those and thought, is it a monster? And you turn on the light and it's not there, right? So that was really good. I liked the mimicking of the voices, because sometimes it would get you, sometimes it would trick you. Everyone did a great acting job with the direction that they were sent. Oh my god, the bully? Hold up. Wait a minute. The most infuriating part of this movie, I flipped the screen off because I was so pissed. So the older daughter, her best friend from school, is now hanging out with these other girls that don't like our main protagonist. But they're all trying to get along. This blonde bitch, the first time we see her, she's telling our protagonist, whose mother had just died, well, don't you think it's inappropriate to be wearing your mom's dress to school? Because, like, shouldn't you be moving on? And shouldn't you, like, what about the rest of us? What if the rest of us don't want to see, be reminded that your mom's dead? And it's like, what? Like, I'm so infuriated and appalled. I'm like, this can't be realistic. And then the next time blonde bitch is on the scene, she traps our protagonist in this. She's like, oh, can we see the room where that guy, like, in your house? Can we see that? So like, she shows him this closet, and blonde girl locks her in the closet. And then and that's where the protagonist first gets like attacked by the boogeyman. When she finally gets out, blonde bitch is like, "You're psychotic." And so our protagonist slaps the shit out of her, as she rightfully should. And she was like, you have no friends. Like, none of us actually like you. Then when blonde bitch tells the protagonist's dad, "Your daughter is psychotic." And like, ugh. I also think that wasn't needed for the movie either. I mean, hello, Saomi. Say hi to the audience. Say hi. Good job. Okay. Saomi says it's time for the video to be over. But I'll just keep talking and talking. Yeah. She says time for the video to be over. Time to relax. So that's the end of the video. Would I recommend this movie? If you have a Regal Pass and you're paying to go see movies, go ahead. Do I think you should spend your actual money on this? No. I would not recommend it. So there you go.